So I just wanted to give you the whole story of what happened here. The event was a Central Orange County club meeting where Katie Porter was the main speaker. It was a pretty big crowd, maybe 300 or 400 people. I was actually there with a congressional candidate that I was doing some work with, Nina Lynn, who's running against Young Kim in California's 40th. Anyway, I was sitting with Nina listening to Katie speak, and I noticed off to the left, this was a high school gymnasium out at the entrance. There was a group of people that was gathering with a bunch of MAGA clothes on and a megaphone. And the speech was definitely getting interrupted, so I went over to see if I could be helpful. I used to work for Katie Porter and was used to staffing her, saw some disruptors from time to time, and so I was relatively used to it. When I got there, I saw an older gentleman outside near them, and he was just getting manhandled by them. They were pulling his shirt and pushing him, and the only ones there to help him were a couple of older ladies. And so myself, the guy that you saw in the orange vest, and one of the Democratic volunteers went out, and we put our bodies between them and these people to try to get everybody inside. And we did. We got everybody inside. We locked the doors, but not before they stuck megaphone to our ear and screamed, which I still have ringing. After that, I went inside and I sat back down next to Nina and told her what happened. And she wanted me to go over and see if I could help to make sure that Katie got out okay, just in case. So I went over to the one staffer that she had there, who's actually a friend of mine, and he was already ahead of the game. He had moved her car to a closer spot. He found an exit route, and so I just went over to see if I could help guide her out. When we walk outside, we hear a lady yell, "They're coming!" So Katie and the staffer hustle up and start jogging over to the car. I go over to the left to try to see what's coming. What I saw was a crowd of about a dozen people, and 4 of the younger guys were just running at me, yelling into the megaphone things like, "Katie, you better run." Very much small-scale January 6 vibes. So I then try to just kind of body them up to keep them from getting to the parking lot. But they all just plowed right past me, and that's when the video starts. So I then try to get ahead of them and close that gate that you can kind of see in the video. I close it a little bit, but unfortunately they're right there, and they just, again, plow right through. At that point, they're probably within 20 feet of Katie, so I just yell, "Get in the car, get out of here!" and try to, again, body these guys up as best I can until she can get out. Thankfully, her staffer, again, who I have to give so much credit, had parked in reverse, so he was able to get out very quickly. After the incident, Tustin PD came because multiple people had called. And they were helpful. They arrested the guy, and they brought a heavy police presence to make sure everybody could get out safe. It was a pretty wild night, to say the least. Regardless of who they were running after, if we want anybody who's at least a relatively good person to run for office, this has got to stop.